Hey guys, so in this video I'll be discussing for loop. Okay, last video I discussed while loop. I think you now have an idea of how a loop works. Or for those of you who are new to this channel, loop is an iteration where if you want to execute a code in a program more than once, let's say 10 times or 20 times, or depending, it depends on the requirement of the application or the program you're writing. We run the loop that many number of times to execute that piece of code that that many number of times. Okay, so here I have a list and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the aim of this program is to find the product of 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 5. Okay, so here what did I do? I took these numbers as I inserted these numbers in a list. Okay, these numbers are now elements of this list. Okay, and I take a variable product equals to 1. And I take a variable product equals to 1. Okay, now for loop starts here. For element in list, product is equals to product into this line means this statement means product equals to product into element. Okay, and then that's the only piece of code which we want to execute for the number of so how many times we want to execute product equals to product into element. The number of times we want to execute this code is equal to the number of elements which is inside the list. Okay, so if I run the iteration for the first time, and that's what we write in the loop for element in list. Okay, till the elements exist in the list, this loop will keep running. Okay, so let's say for the first element in the list, element equals to 1, product equals to 1 into element equals to 1. Okay, so this is the value of product. So after executing this code will again the control will get transferred here. So for element in the list, and this time it is equal to 2. Product equals to 1 into 1 into 2. Okay, and then again it will go back. Element equals to 3. Product equals to 1 into 1 into 3. Okay, so this will keep repeating till we have elements inside the list. Okay, so the final product will be 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. Okay, and once it reaches the end of the list, it will print the, and once it reaches the end of the list, it will print the product, which is equal to 120. Let's see one more way we can execute for loop. So let's say I want to print numbers from 0 to 90. Okay, so for that I'll just write for I in range 20 and then print I. Okay, so it will print from 0 to 90. So be careful with the range, because what you put inside the range, it is taken one less than that. Okay, because the indexes in programming they start with this, they start with 0. Okay, so here if you just put range as 20 for I in range 20 and just print I, it will print from 0 to 90. Okay, now if we change this further, you don't want to start from 0, or maybe you want to start from 0 but you want to print from 0 to 10 with an increment of 2. Okay, so for that, for I in range 0 to 10, and here you will mention the value for the increment. Okay, so what it will do is it will print the numbers for you from 0, then plus 2, then plus 2, then plus 2. Okay, and let's say you wanted to print from, if you wanted to start from 1, you can just replace 0 as 1, and please again keep in mind, if you mention the last point as 10, it will count it till 9. Okay, like you can see in this example, from 0 to 10, it started from 0 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6, and then it stopped at plus 8. Okay, it did not go till 10. Okay, so range takes one less than that. Okay, now let's see, here we have a list of strings and I just want to print these names. Okay, so what will I do? I'll just type for element in list print. So I'll just take a for loop for element in list print element. Okay, Mike, Jeff, Steve, Jack, and Mark. So here I have a list and I want to stop at the point where I encounter the first even number. Okay, so I will run a loop for element in new list, and then it will check if element modulus 2 equal to 0, and if it is equal to 0, it will just print even number encountered, right? And loop stops at str, and inside we just print the element, and then break out of the loop. We'll discuss break in the next video. For now, just remember that when the even number is encountered, and if I put a break statement, it will just take an exit from the loop. Okay. Now there are no even numbers in the list. Then for that we have an else statement also. So normally else statement is only with if, but here with for also we have an else statement. So suppose you didn't find any even number. So else print no even number encounter. Okay, but since here we have 4 as the first even number, so it's stopped at 4. Okay, now if I take an example where I have a list. Now here I have a list and I want to print these elements using the range function. Okay, so I'll use for I in range len of list 2. Len means the length of the list. Okay, so for length, when we were printing strings, it was simple. Okay, but when it comes to integers, for I in range len, you have to input the length of the list inside the range. Okay, and just print list 2 of I. So it will take the index one by one. So for I in range, okay, range, the length of list is 5. Okay, so range 5, and print list 2 of I. Okay, so the first I will be list 2 of 0. So it will print 12. Then it will go back and check I again. Okay, and it will go back and increment I. So I in range 5, the next will be 1. Okay, so list 2 of 1, so it will be 50. Next will be list 2 of 2, it will be 16. Okay, list 3 of list 2 of 3, okay, it will be 17. List 2 of 4, it will be 18. Okay, and I told you that when in range function, it goes, if I write 5 here, it will go from 0 to 4. Okay, not from 0 to 5. Okay, so that's how a for loop works. Okay, and so that's all for loop. To understand this better, we'll apply it in bigger programs. And if you have any doubts, you can leave a comment and subscribe to my channel for more videos on programming and data science.